Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, June 16th, 2020, 5:44 p.m. It is 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. I am on the border of Brooklyn with Queens at Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and I'm seeing Long Island City, Queens across this body of water. Nice clear day today, very sunny as well. Actually, the sun's kind of bright for me. Look at this, there's an ice cream truck coming here. I didn't think there'll be an ice cream truck coming all the way down here.
Yeah.
I think ice cream truck person is trying their luck down here. He's cleaning the ice cream truck, getting ready to do business. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna show you where I am now. Here's a nice little informational sign. The Newtown Creek directory and map. Right now I am here, number 1, at the end of Manhattan Avenue in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. This is Manhattan Avenue Park, a street end public access to Newtown Creek and a launch point for kayaks and canoes. But this is the industrial area of Greenpoint, Brooklyn, where I am. A lot of boats here, warehouses, and a lot of history as well. But basically, this sign says a lot of stuff that I've been saying to you on my channel for a long time. The Dutch colonists arrived here around the 1600s and discovered this area. It was very rich in natural resources, and they named it right here, Boswijik, which means town of the woods. And later, that was anglicized to Bushwick. This whole area was considered Bushwick. It included Greenpoint, Williamsburg, and the current day Bushwick. They named the entire area Bushwick, but over time they became their own separate identities. So that's why the different names. But of course, with colonization and human activity, things don't always get used for the better, and this waterway got very polluted, especially during the 1900s. And I'll show you some of this waterway here. This here is the Newtown Creek, one of the most polluted waterways in the world, and it still is the most polluted waterway, even though it doesn't look too bad from on the top. But if you go all the way to the bottom of this waterway, there's probably at least 10 to 15 feet of sludge just stuck at the bottom of this waterway. So imagine that, folks. This is all because people use this waterway as their dumping ground. A lot of the oil companies are to blame. New York City government also, they dump their sewage here. And a lot of the textile factories, they just dump their waste into the water. It was much easier to get rid of. They didn't have to pay for, disposing of their stuff. But of course, now we have to suffer the consequences. This is a federal Superfund site, which means that government funds are being used right now to help restore this waterway to its natural glory, and also a lot of the oil companies, they were found responsible for the pollution of this water. So they're helping to revitalize the site as well. How deep is the water? I'm not sure. Alpha X with $1.99 saying delicious. I don't think this waterway is delicious at all. I mean, really? You think this is delicious? Maybe for some oil-eating bacteria. Maybe you throw some of them in there, or some oysters. I think they'll love this part of the waterway. Yeah, Elving, Lara, it doesn't smell too bad. It really doesn't smell like anything. But once you disturb the bottom and all the ickiness and the nastiness gets disturbed and floats to the top, that's when you start smelling stuff. So in a way, I feel like, you know, sometimes it's better that it doesn't get disturbed. But you know, as with all things, natural restoration, it takes time. I don't think this waterway is going to get clean overnight. It took years and years of pollution and, you know, mismanagement for it to be like this. And it's going to be like this until, you know, it slowly gets back. Alpha X, you'll sell as New Yorker bathwater. Oh! You know, New York bathwater is a lot better than this. You don't want to be bathing in this water because you probably will bathe in this water and the next day you'll grow like 3 heads. Or maybe you'll have 6 fingers later. This Canada Goose doesn't seem to mind it though. And there's still some wildlife returning to the creek, which is good. By the way, I'm going to tell you a little bit of more history with this area. So, this is the border between Brooklyn and Queens. I'm standing right now in Brooklyn. Over there is Long Island City, Queens. Right now, the shortest way to get from Queens to Brooklyn from this place is to go over that bridge over there. This is the Pulaski Bridge, which is a drawbridge. This bridge, Pulaski, was named after a Polish-American general. And before the Pulaski Bridge was built, there was another bridge over here, which seems to have faded from many people's memories, including Wikipedia. Wikipedia doesn't even have an article on this bridge. There was a bridge connecting where I'm standing right now to over there. That was the Vernon Avenue Bridge. And Vernon Avenue because that was the former name of Vernon Boulevard on the other side of the water here. Now the current street's called Vernon Boulevard, but before then it was called Vernon Avenue. And that bridge, it carried trolley traffic. Can you believe that, folks? Trolleys, pedestrians, horses, and cars across this waterway. But that one was built in 1905. It got dismantled in the mid-1950s because it was inadequate. Mainly because all the ships were big and large and they couldn't accommodate all the vessels to pass underneath the bridge. So they had to demolish the bridge and make that bridge. So this one is a drawbridge. If there's a large vessel that needs to pass through, the bridge actually opens up. And sometimes I've been on the wrong side of the bridge opening up, and it can be sometimes a 20-minute wait just to get over that bridge when the drawbridge is up. But there are still remnants of the Vernon Avenue Bridge here. If you look here, There is an abutment, I think it was called on the article. I don't even know what an abutment is. But you can see where the bridge used to be from over here. There's some signs of like an opening and an entranceway to where the bridge is. And if you look at a map, this street, Manhattan Avenue, really straightens out, and if there was a bridge connecting the two boroughs, it'll be straight. By the way, I forgot to mention, Long Island Railroad train passing by now. I think this is the a freight line, or maybe the Montauk branch of the Long Island Railroad. I hope you like that history lesson of the Newtown Creek and Greenpoint and the bridge here. Alpha X with 499. The Queensboro Bridge used to have trolleys that used the present-day Queensboro Plaza Station. That's what all the metal structures you see on the bridge. Yes, it did. Believe it or not, the outer roadways where right now the pedestrians go on, the cyclists go on, and also the Queens-bound car traffic, those used to be trolley lanes. And if you look on the Manhattan side, there's actually the entrance to where the trolley used to go to. A lot of history on all the bridges. And there also used to be an elevator on the Queensboro Bridge going to Roosevelt Island. All right, let's start walking now. Also, I don't know what happened, but somebody just left a whole bunch of CDs here, or discs. The X-Files? Season 4, Season 2, Season 1, Disc 2. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why they left a bunch of CDs there, but even CDs are outdated now. Most of the stuff now you can get by streaming on the internet, or you can get it passed by in iTunes, podcast style. You know what I had to do though? I had to convert some old VHS tapes to digital. I actually waited too long to do that, and some of the video became grainy and discolored. So if you have any old VHS tapes and analog media, it's best to get them converted to digital as soon as possible, because over time they do degrade. And some of the things I converted to digital were over 30 years old. I was surprised they even played. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. 5075 with the $10 Canadian. Appreciate it very much, man. Thank you. Ooh, someone's vlogging here. What's up, man? Greenpoint Manufacturing and Design. All right. I'm Action Kid on YouTube. Yeah. What are you doing here? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love it. I live stream with this and I go places throughout the city. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah, do it. Why not? Pop tag right here. Pop tag? Guido's Inc. Okay. Guido's Inc. Action Kid. Yep. Right, let me write that down. Yep. It's easy to remember too. Can I just record you? I'll put it in my video. Yeah, why not? Got another vlogger here, folks. Oh, he's live. Yeah, I'm live. 692 people. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a semi celebrity in New York City.
So right now he's live on his gimbal
What's up,
with
Phipps?
over how many viewers?
700.
700 viewers.
707.
I couldn't
now.
get that if I tried.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been doing this for like 2 years now, nonstop. Like,
Really?
actively, you know?
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
You live in the area?
Yeah, I live in Astoria, the other side of the river.
That's valid.
But I came down here today. I was like, yep, let me do Greenpoint.
That's fire. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah, man. Take care.
No one stays you.
All right. See ya. Yeah, why not? See. Oh, Yonkers? I was there Sunday. I rode my bike there. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay, that was cool. I don't know what they were filming, but looks like they wanted to do some setup for a car, maybe. I don't know. Samuel Vegas, $20. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. So nice of you. And Alpha X also gave me a super chat. I almost missed it, saying at one point the Manhattan Bridge had 6 lines, but the weight caused the tilt south, which was fixed. The tunnel still exists, connects from the NQRW to the JZ. Yes, Manhattan Bridge history there. Also, Manhattan Bridge still has those issues with the structural issues. They didn't fix all of it. I remember back in the 90s, they were hesitant to open the bridge to subway traffic, but I think someone at the time, some politician was insisting on opening it up. But even still to this day, it can't really support all the weight of all the traffic. So it's an ongoing issue. Yeah, my hair is messy. I need to get it cut again. We got Commercial Street and Manhattan Avenue. I don't know why this is called Commercial Street. I guess because there's commercial activity here. By the way, folks, if you want a Brooklyn ice cream factory, you can come here. I was here before, and they make their own ice cream. It's very good. I'm not sure if they're open right now, but let's read the sign. Oh no, they closed the Brooklyn ice cream factory, still to this day. Oh no. They said they want a better understanding of current state of affairs before opening the doors. Benji's out. Yes, this is the same place as that Brooklyn ice cream factory. That one used to be in the building for a fire department house. Now I think that will be the future of Ample Hills Ice Cream Factory. Then again, I heard Ample Hills Ice Cream Factory declared bankruptcy. So I'm not even sure if Ample Hill is going to be moving into the former Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory in Brooklyn Bridge Park. So who knows? Let's check out more of the waterfront here. See Isri's Rari, you know, where is Brooklyn Brewery Company? I have to think about it. Brooklyn Brewery. I don't think it is in Greenpoint. Huh. I've seen it somewhere, I forgot. Yeah, but Brooklyn Brewery is in Brooklyn. Jonathan saying that Brooklyn Brewery is in Wilmington. Yes. Brooklyn Brewery, I've seen it before on one of those streets. I think it's Berry Street, maybe. What's in here? Construction site, I think. Brooklyn Brewery is on White Avenue. All right. Thank you for that information. Okay. This is how you lock up a bicycle in New York, I guess. You stack one bike on top of the other. How does this make sense? I don't get it. Why is this master lock locking the bike to itself? And look how rusty these chains are and this on these gears and the kickstand. Seems like it's been abandoned for like 100 years already. It might be an art piece. Look at this. Someone even left their beverage container in the middle. Okay. I've seen a lot of like abandoned bikes in New York. I think that's probably one of the most artistic I've seen. FFC T-Hawk saying they're supposed to link Greenpoint and Long Island City with a pedestrian bridge that's being planned. I did remember hearing something about that before, but as far as I know, there hasn't been any further talks or discussions about it ever since it was brought up, but they were talking about it a few years ago. Now, folks, this is something I don't like when I park my bike and I lock my bike up. Don't use someone's basket as a garbage can, please. This is like so disgusting. You don't know how many times I've parked my bike and I come back and my crate is full of random stuff like cigarette butts and soda cans. One time I had an open mustard packet in my crate and I got mustard all over my hands trying to get it all out and put it in the trash. I think someone thinks like, hey, here's a basket, let me just throw it in this bicycle person's basket and let him deal with it. So gross. It's better to throw it on the floor rather than the garbage can. You're right, Shadow's Interceptor. I'd rather them throw it on the ground or the floor instead of throwing it in my bike basket. It takes more effort to put it in my bike basket than to throw it on the ground. Why they have to mess up someone else's day? By the way, please respect the neighborhood. No littering, no dumping anywhere, and no dumping. And of course, what do we got here? And the bottom of the no dumping sign, we have some litter and trash. Look at this, folks. There's a garbage bag right here, and no one's using it besides like 2 people who have a mask in there and a Gatorade bottle. And then you got all this. Granted, this garbage could have been blown like from across the street, but you know, some people are very lazy. There's a garbage container in front of them and they won't use it. Pete Spot with $4.99, grew up in Maspeth, keep up the great work. Thank you so much for that comment, man. I was actually thinking of going to Maspeth today, but Greenpoint it is. More garbage receptacles here. So folks, I want to say that I haven't been to this end of Greenpoint in a while. The last time I was here, I think was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I actually recorded a video on my YouTube channel. It was for the 4th of July fireworks. And this area was one of the best places to see the view of the fireworks. But since they did some construction here, I haven't really gone back. Wow, I didn't even know there's a waterfront path here for people to walk on. This is so new to me, folks. This was not here at all these like tall buildings. Just goes to show you that New York City, it changes. Once you think you know everything about the city, there's something new that opens up. This was not here like 5 years ago. In fact, I think the playground that was here was called like commercial playground or Barge's playground, something like that. Wow, look at this view, folks. Whoa. This is a shocker. I can't believe there's a path like this now. Before, this used to be all industry, factories, and a playground, which wasn't really that much of a playground at all. It was just an open space. Wow. Me, Colin, saying a nice place to have an apartment. I agree. It's also at the end of Greenpoint here. It's not really too noisy. So I'm gonna turn back around and give you the view behind me. These are the views from these towers. The names of these towers are 1 Blue Slip and 2 Blue Slip. The neighborhood is changing, folks. And this is the same polluted creek I was telling you about. There's Manhattan across from me. Daniel D with $20. Hi, Action Kid from Texas, doing a great job. Love your channel. Keep it up. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it very much. Instead of this shirt, I love Action Kid, I should put another shirt, say like, I love all my viewers and supporters. But then that t-shirt, it probably won't fit the design unless I make the font very small. Fila 0220, this is not Domino Park. This is an unknown park which I don't know the name of on the Greenpoint waterfront. This is completely brand new. And that over there is Long Island City, Hunters Point South Park. That is brand new too. And let me look up Google Maps because I'm curious what this park is called. It's called the Newtown Barge Playground. But I think that was formerly the name of the area, Newtown Barge Playground. I don't think this is much of a playground anymore. I would call this like the Newtown Creek waterfront. It's called Greenpoint Landing. All right. Schraubing asking if I sell bumper stickers. I'm not sure if Teespring has that option for bumper stickers, but it could be an idea. I could add it to the store if I find that option. But right now it's just coffee mugs, phone cases, and shirts, and I think a pillow too. There's a pillow design. But I'm very surprised at the quality of this shirt that they have. This is a medium size on me, and it works pretty good. Short sleeve, very comfortable, and it's good quality. The only thing is if you place an order from the Teespring store, I think because of COVID-19, they're having some delays in shipping the shirts and other stuff out. I ordered a coffee mug from there, and it took about 1.5 months for it to arrive to my door. Molly will buy my merch when I go back to work. Thank you. Wow, this is so nice. Judith, you had to wait 3 weeks for the pillow. It's better than my 1.5 months for the coffee mug. That's the only thing that's not good about Teespring. They have delay problems. Also because they sent me the wrong size shirt too. I ordered a medium and they sent me a small. I brought it up to them and they were like, okay, we made a mistake, sorry. We'll send you another order. And that one, I had to wait another like 2 weeks for the medium size. So I have 2 shirts now, a small and a medium. Wow, look at this view of Midtown. Empire State Building. That's the UN over there. Judith, the pillow is very nice. Wow, I never even known what the pillow looks like. I only got the t-shirt, the hoodie, and the coffee mug. So here, I guess they're still doing construction. Let me see if there's a way we can look around and see what's going on there. Let's see. There's some holes in this tarp. Where are they building? Oh, look, folks. They're still constructing it. I mean, the focus is a little bit off, but you can see it's a construction site over there, and they're going to extend this waterfront. Where's the American Copper building? I think it's this one here, the angled one. It looks like a, I don't know what the shape of it is called. Looks like it's bent. That's the American Copper building. Anyway, let's go that way. Let's check out the rest of this area. Daryl saying, what's wrong with that building? I think it's designed that way. It looks weird, and maybe like for those of you who are doubting the integrity of that building may feel a little bit scared going in there. But I trust the engineers and the architects who put it together. Wow, this is so nice. So this is the new Newtown Barge playground. Let me check if the water fountain works. There's a water fountain over here. Okay. I also see a water bottle refiller too. What is going on? That is a loud alarm. Oh no! Leak. We have a leak in the water bottle department. Can we stop it? Nope. I can't stop it. We're wasting water, a lot of water. What? I'm pushing this thing and the whole thing's moving. Okay. New York City, you got a water fountain problem. One, this thing is not sturdy. And two, it's leaking water. Well, let's have some water now. No wonder why it's leaking, because the whole thing like tips over when you just push it. I think this one needs a 311 call, especially because it's wasting water. Amazing, folks. This park is brand new, and then we have something like this that isn't working properly. Angie's saying don't drink it. I actually don't mind drinking from there because the water's running. So if the water's running, usually it's cleaner water, so I don't mind it. If I really wanted to conserve water, I would have put my mouth underneath the water bottle dispenser, which was already leaking, instead of opening up a new stream of water to drink from, but that's a little bit too much. Mission homeowner bought a t-shirt. Thank you. Yeah, my designer did a very good job with those t-shirt designs. I really liked how they came out. Bite back asking me if I worry about germs from the water fountain. I think it's okay as long as the water runs. You don't have to worry too much. One thing also with water is that if you want to drink from a water fountain or a sink that hasn't been running for a while, it's always good to let the water run for at least like 20-30 seconds before you do anything with it. It's a good way to get rid of a lot of impurities that are in the standing water. Yeah, the spout could have germs too, but it's kind of like you have to weigh the risk of getting sick or getting dehydrated. I think I'd rather be hydrated than getting sick for a few days from drinking from a water fountain. Someone's asking where the t-shirts are. If you're watching this on desktop or even on mobile, underneath the stream there should be a bunch of links for Teespring and all the merchandise. Wow, I almost missed that. Alien head art. By the way, folks, since I'm in Greenpoint, the street names here are alphabetical. So if you get lost in Greenpoint, Brooklyn without a map, know that these streets are alphabetical. I just came from Commercial Street and now it's DuPont Street. So it goes C, D, E, F, G, like that. And if I go one more block down, you're gonna see I'm gonna pass the street which starts with the letter E.
Like so, can we do that? Blah, blah, blah.
L. St. Clair, never knew that, thanks. You're welcome. It actually makes sense when you think about it. There's a lot of things that make sense in all the boroughs, and it helps to know these neat little tricks. Manhattan, I think, is the easiest because you have all the numbered streets and avenues. You can't really get lost too much. Banjo 2222 with $1.99. Aloha from Hawaii. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. So here's the E Street, Eagle Street. The worst borough for directions probably is Queens. Queens is the worst because Queens, it used to be made up of a lot of different towns and villages all put together, and as a result not all the streets are sequential and many of the streets are named too. Like in my neighborhood of Astoria, there's so many different versions of 23. You have a 23rd Street, 23rd Road, 23rd Terrace, 23rd Avenue, 23rd Drive. It's like, where do I find 23? And someone's gonna ask you, what? Did you mean 23rd Drive or 23rd Terrace or 23rd Road? It's so ridiculous. Meanwhile, if you're in Manhattan, you say, hey, I'm on 1st Avenue and 2nd Street. And you can find it right away. But if you give someone an address in Queens, hey, I'm on 39th Avenue. And then you go to 39th Avenue, you get off the train station at 39th Avenue in Astoria. And it's like, okay, where are you? And then you said, you got off at 39th Avenue, stop. And it'll be the wrong 39th Avenue because the 39th Avenue that you're looking for is in Flushing, Queens. There's another 39th Avenue in Flushing. So this is a nice quiet block here. George wants me to stream a trip to the Lady Liberty statue when those trips are back in action. I still want to. I don't know when Statue of Liberty will open up. I'm still waiting from the Statue of Liberty Cruises Company to give me my refund. I bought 2 tickets. I'm still waiting for refunds on, so I'm a little bit still annoyed at that. I really don't feel like booking another ticket for the Statue of Liberty until I get my refunds for the first 2 tickets that I bought that were canceled. Give me some with 20 pounds. Here's 23 lol, as close as I can to get to in dollars. Thank you. Thank you for the 23 US dollars. I guess that's converting from British pounds. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, but nevertheless, thank you very much. Bite back saying maybe they'll let you use the tickets when they reopen. No, they can't because the tickets are timed. Now, folks, don't make the mistake of coming to Brooklyn when someone asks you for directions to Manhattan, because you can get lost here too. Even though I told you Greenpoint streets are sequential and they go alphabetical, take a look at the name of that street. So there's a Manhattan Avenue in Brooklyn, and there's also another Manhattan Avenue in Manhattan. So be sure you're very specific which Manhattan Avenue you're referring to, because there's a Manhattan Avenue in Upper Manhattan and a Manhattan Avenue in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Look at this. Alex Cook 2015, stonebalancer.com. This kind of looks freaky to me. It's nice art, but at the same time, it's kind of creepy. Which one's creepier? This one or me? Or maybe this one. I'm more creepy. Thank you very much. I posed for that pic. I didn't have to try very hard. Now with these masks on, you can pretty much pose for any picture. You take pictures now, you be like, 1, 2, 3, smile. And then you gotta retake the picture because you weren't smiling underneath the mask. And you can tell when someone's not smiling underneath the mask. Or maybe you can't. Yeah, you really don't know anymore. Maybe underneath that mask they have a murderous intention and you won't even know. So I'm gonna walk now to another place on the Newtown Creek. This one is called the Newtown Creek Walk, the nature walk. And it's hard to believe that there's an actual nature walk now next to one of the most polluted waterways in the world. It's on the other side of this bridge. I need to walk underneath it So I need to go this way and then to the right. Juha Halander watched a video that says that hot dogs and license can cost up to $200K in Manhattan. Is that true? Do you know? I do know they're very expensive, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are that expensive, because New York City really charges a lot of money for real estate, even if it's a hot dog truck, because that's considered real estate. It's pretty incredible, because one thing is that New York City learned is that they do need to regulate these like hot dog stands and taxi cars and for hire car services, because back in the day, I forget how many years ago, they didn't have any regulations on how many taxi drivers can be on the road. And because of that, everyone was driving and becoming a taxi driver, and there were too many taxi drivers. So as a result, it was hard to make a living as a taxi driver, and New York City had to regulate the amount of taxi drivers on the road. Duin 24 saying curfew tonight. No, the curfew is gone ever since 2 Saturdays ago. All right, now we're gonna walk on the underside of this bridge. Uh-oh. I gotta stay clear of the New York City natives here living up high, and I gotta worry about bird bombs. It's amazing how they survive, folks. They have a chain fence here, and yet they still manage to go up there, and there's feathers and feathers of pigeon feathers all underneath this structure. Oh my goodness. I hear baby pigeons there. Phil Clements, were those pigeons making baby pigeons? I think so. I think so. Conaby saying stray cats in your neighborhood eat pigeons. Wouldn't be surprised, because cats are very mean to birds sometimes. Very cool underwater scene. Okay, now I need to walk to the other side of Greenpoint, to the Newtown Creek Nature Walk. This is Box Street. So I guess it is sequential up here. There was Ash Street, Box Street, and then Commercial Street. It's not very scenic around here, by the way. It's just a bunch of like heating oil companies and exposed sidewalk. I can see the nature walk already. Hopefully the nature walk is a lot more clean than over here, because I don't see much nature over here besides like discarded garbage and litter. Bite back saying no nature. There's some here. I mean, if you count these 2 trees on this block as nature, maybe we'll have some, and some of the shrubs, but not too much. These are weeds. Yeah, they're weeds. I think these are called ragweed, right? Ragweed, and then I don't know too many other weeds. These are all weeds I'm not too familiar with. I think ragweed is the most common weed in the Northeast. There's also another one, and they have very, very long roots. If you pull up the ragweed from the ground, the roots are almost as long as the plant itself, even longer. That's how they survive, because they have such long roots and they're deeply rooted into the ground. You can't get rid of them. I think there's an FDNY fleet service operation here. There's a garage there for fire department in New York. Good place to have a fire department facility. It's quiet here. So this is a place where many New Yorkers and people who have come to New York, I can probably guarantee, have not visited in their lifetime, because no one will want to visit a polluted creek in the middle of New York City. But this is the Newtown Creek Nature Walk. By the way, this Newtown Creek Nature Walk is right next to a sewer processing facility. So if you flushed your toilet, this is where all that water goes before they refine the water and make it all nice and smells good, and then they get rid of the water. Cliff Cannon, $2. Thank you so much for that, Cliff. Appreciate it, dude. So yeah, let's see how natural this place is. A nature walk in the middle of an industrial area that no one would really go out of their way. Managed by the New York City Environmental Protection. Open from dawn to dusk. No fishing, swimming, diving, or entering the water. For pretty obvious reasons, because this is a polluted area. Disgusting. And as I made fun of before, no eating the fish, crabs, or shellfish from this area, because you're gonna grow 3 heads the next day. And also you can fish for wildlife, but if your fish also has 3 heads, you better throw it right back in the river and not take it home with you. I don't want that fish. Mutant fish. Thank you, John Walter Sabatini, with $2.99. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. All right, so this is a nature walk, folks. The air smells, I have to be honest, a little bit stinky. It's definitely not clear, but it doesn't smell horrible either. Doesn't smell horrible, but there is a slight scent in the air. We're gonna see the sewer plant soon, unless this is it. There's a hole here. What can we see from this hole? Oh, that must be the area where they treat all the poo. Probably. Yeah, this is a nature walk. Okay, so something so natural about being in a concrete tunnel with a parking lot next to me. Seems pretty natural, right? There's also the slight stench of sewage facility smell in the air. Real natural. You can't get more natural than a sewage plant. But really, the scent isn't really that bad. It doesn't smell horrible. Martin Sanchez with 2PN. Love nature, enjoy it for us, bro. Okay. Thank you so much, Martin, for that. It gets better though. It's not going to be this entire concrete section for the rest of this walk. Towards the end, it gets a lot better. Now you know why people don't come here. One, because it's out of the way. It's next to the sewage plant, and it's concrete for the whole entire entrance. Oh look, we got one tree here. Here's our first glimpse of nature. All right, folks. You can actually go right down to the water here. Let's see if we can see the bottom. Tell me if there's any poo-poo at the bottom. Yucky, yucky, yucky. I see some leaves floating on top of the water there. It doesn't smell. All right, time to get out of here. Hey, there's a water fountain. Does it work? It looks like there's some dirt over here. Will it run? Nope. Does not run.
Yeah, but because I need to finish the restaurant.
History of the nature walk. Let's learn about this concrete nature walk. Does not divide the industry and nature which is situated, but instead actively integrates the space as a vibrant intersection where multiple histories, cultural identities, and geological epochs exist. Whoa. All right, let's continue on. This is the most natural section of this nature walk here. By the way, over there is a abandoned train bridge. That's part of the Montauk cutoff area. I walked over there during one video. That was interesting to walk on abandoned train tracks. And there's also some scrap with a boat barge and some more like stuff over there. How's the water over here? Here's the most natural spot of the nature walk. A lot of trees. There's a pine tree. I noticed the pine cones. Right there, pine cones. This is more of a nature walk now. I think the city needs to revamp the entrance though. Test DC with $5. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I mean, you can't get more natural than going right down to the water here. Just don't swim in it or drink from it. B. Griffin saying dip your toe in it and it might not come back. Who knows? There's probably like a mutant organism waiting for any body part to just touch the water, and then it'll go like dun 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 dun. There goes your foot. We got some variety of plants here. Here's a purple one. That's nice. Eastern red cedar. Wood used for canoes and arrow shafts. Teresa saying, is that lady okay? Well, I hope she is. I saw her had trouble. She was like bending over and it seems like she was out of breath. Maybe pulled a cramp. Connect this and we'll go over there. There's only one way in and one way out of here. So, oh my gosh, folks, this is the worst smelling part of the nature walk. I just reached the end and it's just foul over here. Not joking. Probably because this water over here doesn't move. This is like the end, and there's a corner here, so Red Mondo saying smell-o-vision. I wouldn't want to put on the smell-o-vision now. Why are we near this pool water? Because I wanted to show you New York City's version of a nature walk. They advertise this as a nature walk, folks. Yeah, she's struggling a bit. She was jogging before, and now she's just walking slowly. Are you okay? All right. Take care. I have a feeling she probably pulled a muscle or got a cramp. I don't have any water with me though. Also, this water fountain's not running, which is not good either. By the way, natural city sounds right here. MD Bora, why would you jog over here with the smell? I have to admit, not really my preferred area to jog either. This is kind of like an area I wouldn't come to, especially because you have to go through the industrial area to get here. Let's take a look over this fence. Just a parking lot. So unfortunately, there's no shortcut out of here. I would love to just like hop over this thing and then go over that gate, but instead I gotta go all the way up and then all the way down there, and there's no other way to get around. The slight fragrance returns. There's all the poo-poo machines. It separates the solids from the liquids. All right, no more poo-poo place. I hope you enjoy the unnatural nature walk. By the way, I did hear a story on Reddit the other day. Some person found a sewer rat in their home bathroom when they got home. And you know where the sewer rat came from? It crawled through the sewer and went through the toilet. And believe it or not, it's more common than you think. They can actually fit through the toilet pipe and come out through your toilet. So before you sit down, make sure there's no rat in your toilet bowl before you sit down. But anyway, that person couldn't figure out how to get rid of the rat in their bathroom. They tried putting traps out. The rat was very smart. And finally, they gave up and called an exterminator. The exterminator went into the restroom, and the owner and the exterminator looked around the bathroom for 10 minutes and couldn't find the rat. And you know where the rat was? They were finally able to find it. It was hidden underneath the sink pipe, and it was camouflaged so well that you couldn't even notice. That's why we weren't able to find it. So the exterminator tried the same thing. They tried to lay out traps and everything, and did not work. And the exterminator and the rat had to do a standoff in the restroom, and you know who emerged victorious? Blood was spilled that day. And the owner actually commented that it should have brought a bodega cat and put it in the restroom. The cat would have found the rat easily. But the exterminator was like, I think that was a good idea that you didn't do that, because I think the rat would have won. That's how big the rat was and how aggressive the rat was in that bathroom. Yep, Ivy, I think that's a very good word of wisdom. Before anything, always look before you sit. That includes regular seats, because the seat could be wet. They could have chewing gum on it. There can be a rat in your toilet bowl. Or maybe you're sitting on your dog's tail, which happened to me when I was very little. I sat on my dog's tail, and my dog was sleeping at the time, and my dog bit my face. Okay, time to walk into Long Island City now. Jenny, I didn't require stitches. It was very cosmetic. It looked a lot worse than it was. But that was a very young learning lesson. Don't bother others when they're sleeping. That includes animals and humans. Anne's asking what happened to the dog. The dog lived another day. Nothing happened. Was just startled and then went back to sleep. DSA saying interesting that someone's scooter left alone in the street. That's actually a rental scooter. It's a scooter share company. It's called Revel. You can download the app on your phone and unlock the scooter with the app. And from what I know, they're actually very affordable. I don't know how much they cost, but I don't think more than like $20 an hour. Robert Ware with $9.99. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. In fact, let me look up right now. Revel scooter. The pricing, let's see. Website's called GoRevel.com. New York. Where's the pricing? $1 for unlocking, 35 cents a minute to Revel. And I think if you have the scooter on standby, they only charge you a fraction of the price. So if you do the math, let's see. $1 to unlock and 35 cents a minute. So 35 cents times 60. I was close, 21 bucks. So 21 bucks an hour to rent that scooter. Plus the $1 unlocking fee. And it comes with gasoline and insurance too, so you don't have to worry about that. You do need a license to ride it. By the way, folks, wild blackberries and raspberries. You can actually eat these if you wanted to. I don't want to walk over here because my feet will get all sticky. What's going on here? Why is there an abandoned taxi and also an RV here? Is this where people go to dump their cars? Oh, look at this. This taxi cab is scheduled for removal. Yucky, yucky, yucky. This taxi's seen better days. We've seen abandoned bikes in this stream and also now an abandoned taxi cab. And also an abandoned school chair too. Anyone who's bad in class, send them over here for detention for a night. That is the worst punishment, I think. and they can't move, and also they got pigeons on top. Sandy Burns with $4.99. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, so this is the entrance to the Pulaski Bridge. I'm gonna go here and walk into Long Island City now. It smells distinctly of pigeon poop. Doesn't need a paint job, as well as a cleaning and some better areas for the pigeons to do their business, but at least it's working. Hello. I took some pictures because it looks kind of cool with these pigeons here. It actually does. It makes me really feel like New York. Oh, this looks even better. The pigeon moved up. Such a great picture. Let me zoom in. How close can I get? Oh, did you see that, folks? Oh, that was disgusting. It just did it right in front of the camera. Oh. Okay, so we cannot unsee that, unfortunately, but I kind of expected it to happen. Can never really know what happens in New York. That's why I enjoy making videos, because you come across the randomest stuff sometimes. Whether it's that, abandoned cars, people arguing, you never really can tell. Thank you, Bordy with $4.99. Thanks for your content. Appreciate it. Thank you. Onwards and upwards to the borough of Queens. Yes, and I'll go to Long Island City. I'll show you the industrial area of Long Island City, which I haven't shown you before. Okay, here's the first area where the fence gets removed. You can see it now. Gorgeous view, as well as the other side. All right, I just walked over into Queens. I just crossed the halfway point. This is Long Island City, Queens. There's the bridge, the old Vernon Avenue Bridge abutment. And now the road towards Vernon Boulevard is a parking lot. Denver Sky, thank you for $1.15. Appreciate it, man. BNL asking if I walk past Silver Cup Studios. I'm not sure if I will. It's close by here, but I'd rather show some stuff that I haven't covered yet. Not that I covered Silver Cup Studios either. But I'm gonna get off over here, this bridge. Very steep, by the way, so we gotta be careful. All right, I got $4.99 from Ryan Volquez. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Okay, so this is Queens, 11th Street and 53rd Avenue. This is what it looks like over here. And there's a railroad crossing here. Nice shot there of Manhattan along with the railroad. Let's walk over here just for a little bit. All right, I gotta hook up my external battery pack. I got a low battery warning. Gonna attach it. Let's see. It's all industry here. This is kind of like the a weird part of Long Island City. There used to be a nice brewery at the bottom of the steps. I don't see it here anymore, unfortunately. Maybe we can see what remains of the Vernon Avenue Bridge if we can get close enough. Steve saying Long Island City used to be like this before gentrification. Yes, most of Long Island City did used to look like this. It's a throwback to New York City's past. So it looks like I cannot go straight anymore. I'm forced to go left. But I guess this is the remains of Vernon Boulevard, formerly known as Vernon Avenue. Okay, whoa. This is actually pretty neat. Yep. So we're on the other side of where I started from. Let me go over here because I don't want this truck to run me over. This is classic, folks. We are witnessing history in the making. Lamb Brian with 20 bucks. Thank you so much, man. Lamb, thank you. So, you know this is Vernon Boulevard because it says it right here. 54th Avenue and Vernon Boulevard. And let's see what remains of the Vernon Avenue Bridge. This is where the bridge used to be before I crossed over that one. The new bridge. Is there any remains and traces of a bridge? Aha. So, this used to be a bridge. I can kind of tell it was a bridge at one point. Look, the sidewalk's exposed, it's lifted up. This is called Newtown Creek. No, it is called Newtown Creek, not was. It's still called Newtown Creek. And the bridge ended up right over there, folks. That metal portion. That's where the bridge used to be. There's also a tree here growing. Private property, no trespassing over there. All right, let's continue on. I think I am able to cross over by continuing west over here. Yes, I can. If I continue on 54th Avenue, I'll reach the waterfront. We are heading towards the sunset. This is Nature Walk Park Part 2, Queens Edition. Doesn't seem too different from the one in Brooklyn. They should put this side as a nature walk also. Just leave it as it is. Just label it. Look, there's some nice shrubs here and weeds in between the sidewalk cracks. There's a ragweed over here, which isn't going to be standing up much longer. Bye-bye, ragweed. But it takes a lot more than that to kill a ragweed, believe me. It'll grow back fast. You need weed killer. Sometimes even the weed killer doesn't work. And even if it does work, the weeds that grow in its place that survive are weed killer resistant. So they become super weeds. But you know what the city's been doing though? The city has actually been contracting out to companies and having their farm animals come in to feed on the weeds. They did that in Riverside Park in Upper Manhattan and also in parts of Prospect Park. There was a whole few months where they brought in goats, and the goats came in, ate all the weeds, and they were so good at it that they actually had to give the goats a rest for a few days. Ricky with 50 bucks. Ricky, what are you doing? Wow. Hello from long time sub here. Love your videos. Please stay safe. God bless. Thank you. Man, thank you. You're so generous. Yeah, goat eating services now are one of the most effective ways to combat weeds, especially if the weeds are in hard to access locations like on hills and irregular terrain. The goats have no trouble with it at all. They'll eat anything that grows out of the ground, believe me. Mr. Ruggles saying, why did I pick this area? It looks like a ghost town. Because I decided I wanted to show part of the industrial side of New York City now. Some of the areas which are kind of forgotten, the waterfront areas. Merck saying that goats drop fertilizers too. Yes. And if you really want to get rid of weeds, you bring in goats and pigs, because they work great as a combination. Lab Baby OX with $20 Canadian. Thank you. Wow. Great content. Stay safe. I will. Thank you so much. It's so nice. But yeah, the goats will eat all the green stuff, and the pigs, they'll eat all the roots. So they'll really like get rid of all the traces of weeds in an area where you put weeds, goats and pigs in that area. I think this lot can use a lot of goats and pigs right now. No breakfast saying any news on Twitch. No, I didn't get any message back from Twitch yet. All right, so we got a sunset here. Just happening. Beautiful butterfly. Yes, I am going by the park. And I'm gonna go to the area where I filmed the Manhattan Henge plus 1 day sunset video. Let's see if I can get there in time. So hopefully we get to see the sunset behind, right in the middle of the buildings. But it's been like a few weeks since the actual Manhattan Henge day, so I don't think it's gonna be that precise. But I'm still gonna give it a try. Hopefully I don't have any issues streaming by the waterfront, because sometimes I have some issues with buffering and cell phone signal by the water. This is Hunters Point South Park where I am now. I'm walking into Gantry State Park. Whoa. See, that child just played chicken on a bike. That's not cool. Hopefully I can make it to that area before the sun sets. I think I'll be able to. You see, these are where all the people hang out, not the industrial area and the Newtown Creek nature walk, which wasn't too natural at all. I really wish I could have a walk where I don't start kicking over beverage containers and random papers. A lot of people out here today, but it's a beautiful day out. In the mid 70s, it's breezy and not too hot. It's a good amount of people here riding their bikes too. We have the next professional roller skater here. Olympic skater. Thank you, $2. I won't say that word. I don't want to really downplay people, but super spreaders everywhere. It is a concern, but I think the cities prepare for it. We're much better prepared than the first time. The playgrounds are still closed. Even in phase 2 of the opening of New York City, it'll be closed. All right, I'm almost at the area where I took that Manhattan Henge sunset. Very close now. I think it's on the other side of these gantries. I'll know it when I see it. Hey, look at these. Ruby Perugini Ruby Perugini with $1.99. Thank you so much for that, Ruby. Appreciate it. Hey, geese. Can I catch a ride to Canada? I want a free flight to Canada. Can you take me there? No? All right. They didn't say anything. Even if I did catch a ride into Canada, I didn't have my passport with me. So I think I'll be in trouble with border protection once I get over the border. All right, I'm right here. This is the spot where I took the picture the other day. On this bridge. So during Manhattanhenge, which was about 2 weeks ago, the sun was set right in between the buildings. And it might happen today, but it'll be off. Thank you, Brandon Miss with $9.99. Appreciate it for the cool content. Thank you. Let me set this up so you can at least see. Oh no, you ruined it. Disgusting. Pigeon poo-poo where I want to put my camera. Thanks a lot for ruining the tripod location. I think I'll put it here. There's no pigeon poop over here. But yeah, the sun should set right in between here if it was Manhattanhenge. I'm not sure if I want to wait for it though, because it's gonna be another like half an hour and I don't think it will set in between. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my camera up for like half an hour. I might as well show you the rest of Long Island City here. Maybe I'll get some snack here from one of these food trucks. That'll be a good idea. Let me get an ice cream. Be a good idea. Waffle and crepe and Nick's on the wheels, breakfast and lunch. Before I get ice cream though, first, let me do something first. Thank you so much, JL with $5. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let me do something first. I'll save this for later if I need it. Okay. I think I will get there's nobody even in this ice cream truck. Yeah, no one's even here to serve me. Hey, let's see, what do I want? Let me get the chocolate dip.
Vanilla coffee dip?
Vanilla, yep. Okay. Alright, thank you. Alright. Oh, thank you. Hands are full.
Take your time, don't worry, take your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, let me put this down. My camera got messed up right now. Alright, it's straightened out. Let's go down here. Put this down. Alright, folks. Chocolate dip ice cream cone, $4. Great flavor. Much better than the sprinkles.
Oh no, I meant flavor. Like lamb parmesan and also American.
I'll let you look at the sunset while I'm eating this. Well, now it's dripping a little bit. All right, cone time. I finished the top. Let's try the cone. I gotta finish this before it drips though. It's kind of like melting a little bit. Back to our sunset view. All right, I'm done with my ice cream. Now, the challenging part is finding a garbage can. Actually, I spot one now. So, let's deal with this first. It's right here. These food vendors are doing very well here. The ice cream is actually pretty good. It's a soft serve, so you're not gonna get gourmet ice cream, but at least it fills my craving for it. You know what? I think we're in time for the sunset. Let's see if it's setting in between the buildings here. I'm pretty sure it shifted though. Norma, Jean Garza, truly nice to see people out and about down in San Antonio. The C-19 case has spiked, so forget about opening us. Tired of this. Yeah, I can imagine because people are anxious to get out. I heard from one viewer that 6th Street in San Antonio was so packed the other day. Yeah, I don't think the sun's gonna set right here. The sun 2 weeks ago set right in between the buildings. Now it seems like it's gonna set over here. So it's definitely off a little bit. It'll set behind the UN. Oh yeah, one Vanderbilt is almost as tall as the Billionaires Row skyscrapers. It's right there, one Vanderbilt. Nice view of the sunset here too. Marco is asking if I've ever thought of hiking the Appalachian Trail. Believe it or not, I have. I've walked on parts of it, but not the entire thing or like a long hike through. And also, there are many people who have hiked the whole thing. There even talks of extending the Appalachian Trail into Canada from Maine, which is pretty incredible. It'll transverse 2 countries.
¿Dónde que está el baño?
Now let's go this way. It's better view. Heather's asking if I'm gonna post more cycling videos. Definitely. I've got a lot more coming up. I'm actually going to be posting a bicycle ride on the Grand Concourse tomorrow. I ride through the entirety of the Grand Concourse. The last time I did a cycling video like that. Hey, how are you? Oh, thank you. I'm doing a live video now. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. Another person who knows me. Cool. Thank you, Tonja Kanjas, for $2. Appreciate it. But the Grand Concourse, the last video I did there, the camera was angled way too high up, so it wasn't really a great view there. This time, at least I fixed it, and alright, that should be enough time muted so YouTube doesn't detect that song. But the last time I did the Grand Concourse, the camera was pointed way too high up, so now that I redid it, it's much better. And it was also windy that day I did it, so it worked out better. Garbage, garbage, garbage. I think I'll end this video at the Pepsi Cola sign. I always like to end it there. Janice say, you know, everything's going back to normal when you hear the honking and the cussing. Absolutely. That's how you definitely know when things are back to normal. Especially when I was in East Harlem the other day, and then I had that introduction with two people conversing with each other as New Yorkers. Unfortunately, I had to re-upload that video though because it wasn't advertiser friendly, so I had to do it in 2 parts. I can understand why. Daryl, sweat mopper. Basically, they were saying he doesn't know what the F she's talking about and this and that. I don't know what the point of that conversation was too. That's the entire thing I understood from that. King01 with 2 pounds. Thank you so much. The entire argument went something like this. I don't know what the you're talking about. I don't know what the you're talking about. Go, continue, follow. I don't know what the you're talking about. Yep, that is New York, folks. Absolutely. Some people just like to speak loud just because they can. That's all. All right, folks. I'm going to end the live stream here. Right where Pepsi Cola is. But if you enjoyed this stream, and if you enjoyed what I was talking about the entire stream, give this video a like down below, comment, and I'll catch you next time. But I definitely knew what I was talking about the entire time. I hope you did as well. And I didn't need to talk loud to express it all. But bye, folks. Take care.